Embracing the impermanence of the situation. January 6, 2015. No one can escape the twists and turns life brings. You can do your best to avoid them, but eventually you become tired and you let the situation become what it is. And if you think about it, dear ones, there are some things that are just out of your control. We know you have a built-in response when things go wrong, and that is to struggle, and for some it is to run away from the problem. But the best way to overcome any wrong or challenge is learning how to cope and work your way through that is empowering and positive. There is not a dear soul out there that has not met a trial or tribulation. Knowing this, it is essential to comprehend that most people do not go looking for trouble to happen. But even when situations begin to grow, it is important to know how to cope and work through them. Remember, your state of mind is important at the beginning of any difficult or troubling situation, as it will influence your perception. If you have the attitude to fight against the new situation or to hide from it, then these emotional attitudes will direct your actions. Having the right and positive attitude will increase your ability, dear ones, to cope effectively and resourcefully. There is not an area in life that cannot withstand a hiccup or bump along the way. Mistakes are bound to happen because without them, you would have nothing to learn by, to make better. Lessons surround you daily, and it is up to you to rummage through them, accepting the bad and recognizing the good. Even your daily interactions are filled with pitfalls and distractions that tempt you away from your focused direction. You need to be aware of them in order to divert yourself from them and the problems they come with. Bad things do happen, you know this, but nothing happens for nothing. All has reason, and they are not all negative. For every negative reason you find, there is also a positive, as there must be balance. It is up to you to discover both and determine from what you find what to do next. There are many ways to cope when life throws you a curveball or makes your path bumpy and uncertain. Many times, your upset towards any new situation is because you have attached emotionally. It is necessary for you to understand that most of your emotions develop from situations that are negative. By disallowing yourself to become emotionally attached to the situation, you remain neutral, which allows you to see much more clearly, and you are less likely to react or respond to the new situation emotionally. And with such a change, you also bring changes to how you remember the situation later on. You don't always need to know all the answers right away to any new situation that develops. Instead of asking why the situation has become what it is, focus on what is the best way to deal and cope with this circumstance. Your mind is a wonderful gift, and within this gift is the ability to figure out problems. The moment you ask how to work through the situation before you, your mind instantly starts working and strategizing plans that are plausible and possible for you to undertake that will deliver you to a favorable outcome. In nearly every challenging situation there is something of value. Take the time to discover what the value is. You don't grow by avoiding or fighting life's difficult moments, you grow by working through them, one step at a time. Of course, some challenges are painful, but once you remove yourself emotionally, your attachment to the situation is lessened, and eventually its memory will no longer be uncomfortable. Time is always the healer of wounds as well as love. Have faith in the power of love and have faith in your own strength to bring yourself out of any hardship. In addition, when you are moving through a difficult time, don't forget to love and care for yourself. You deserve the same amount of love you are willing to share with another. We understand asking for help is difficult, but sometimes it is the best thing in the world because you are able to gain a different perspective. Yes, this means you must open your heart a little to let this other person into your pain and discomfort, but it also means you have faith and are willing to try to find other solutions that maybe you've overlooked or not even thought. No matter what trial or tribulation opens itself before you, keep in mind it is not permanent. No matter how long it may take, you will get through it. For every situation that crosses your path is a conclusion. You may not always get the conclusion you had envisioned or hoped for, but the situation will always come to a close, and you will be given the opportunity to rebuild a part of yourself that you had to let go in order to get through. Getting through difficult times is a process of give and take with yourself, and honestly, dear ones, you cannot rush the process. It is hard to savor the experience, but see every experience as something to learn and to grow from. That the situation came to show you there is another way. You do have a path lit with light, and it is shining for you to take. While you are maneuvering through any challenge or difficult situation, instead of allowing it to pull you down, pick up the momentum by learning how to upgrade your thinking and planning. You might have to alter things here and there if possible, but take advantage of trying something new if it will help you cope and move through your current issue. Why fight and argue your way through, when you can simply improve your thoughts, and when your thoughts are improved, your direction changes, even if the change is slight. A change is still a change, and if the change points you in the right direction, then you, my dear ones, are able to benefit so much from the experience. Don't forget that laughter is very medicinal. Laugh, even when things seem to be at their darkest. Find something to laugh about and just laugh. Even if you begin with a fake laugh at first, let it come, and eventually a real laugh will emerge. Laughter is light, and it allows you to distress from the situation and helps you to cope a little easier when life becomes bumpy. And if possible, smell the flowers. If there are no flowers because of seasons and weather patterns, then I am positive there are greenhouses and nurseries that are open that you can visit. Nature paths you can walk where you can enjoy the smell of life that Mother Earth gives abundantly. Even if snow covers your path, there is a distinct joyful scent to the crispness of the air that is stimulating and natural, that will help melt away some of your troubling emotions that sometimes make problems worse. What we witness so often is that people take their situations and the outcomes that may come very personally. They may think that somehow they have been singled out to carry more burdens than others. Remember, every dear soul that shares this earthly planet as home, all face challenges. Some people are tuned into their inner self and have honed great coping strategies, so maybe their challenges do not appear so grand. How you cope will make a great difference. If you take every situation seriously, you will find yourself making excuses for not following through some part of the circumstance or passing blame to others, and by allowing your ego to control your thoughts and emotions, causing your words and actions to be less positive and more negative and harmful. You may be thinking, it's not as easy as we say, but really it is, if you think about it. Instead of allowing yourself to be swallowed up by your fears and emotions, don't even go there in the first place. Place yourself on neutral ground, and learn to cope and work your way through. Have faith in yourself, and trust that everything will work out as it is meant to be. Learning how to cope positively to the challenges you face daily speaks a lot about your level of emotional and mental maturity, and of your true, authentic nature. Remembering that you have built-in life skills is essential, and to put them to use the moment trouble arises, and allowing yourself to find new ones along the way, will help you tremendously to improve the path you are walking and the kind of life you deserve to be living. As we begin to end this week's transmission, think about it, dear ones. How do you cope? What are your methods, and are they effective, and can they be improved and upgraded? Do you know what your skills are that have enabled you through some of your challenges? Do you fear change, and if so, how do you cope when change comes knocking? Let the answers come, don't block them. Let the answers provide you with new directions for you to explore of yourself that will help you and your journey that is positive and empowering. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, El Morya, through Julie Miller. SpiritualNetworks.com